Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we unpack South Africa's biggest political dramas, put them under a magnifying glass, and ask the questions that make the political elite sweat. Today's episode is all about Deputy President Paul Mashatile, the ANC, and a political protection operation so obvious it could probably qualify for its own soap opera storyline. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, or perhaps hiding in the ANC's "we'll deal with it quietly" department, Paul Mashatile has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Allegations of questionable business links, whispers about possible misuse of public money, and a long trail of uncomfortable questions have been circling him for months. The man himself has flatly denied everything, insisting it's all smoke without fire. But here's where things get interesting. While the public and opposition parties have been calling for a full, transparent investigation, the ANC seems to have chosen the circle the wagons approach. According to one political analyst, who spoke on national television but preferred to stay anonymous for obvious reasons, because, let's be honest, criticizing the ruling party can make your phone battery drain mysteriously fast, the ANC is engaging in a deliberate act of political protectionism. In simpler terms, they're shielding Mashatile from real scrutiny. Not because they've done a thorough check and found him squeaky clean, but because, as the analyst puts it, the party is sacrificing integrity for survival. Think about that for a moment. Instead of saying, let's investigate, let's clear the air, let's prove our deputy president has nothing to hide, the ANC's leadership appears to be saying, let's not rock the boat. We've got an election coming. And in the world of South African politics, where trust is already as scarce as working streetlights in some municipalities, this kind of selective accountability only deepens the public's frustration. The ANC claims that it treats all leaders equally under its internal processes. But Mashatile's case suggests otherwise. The analyst bluntly stated that what we're seeing is a pattern: when you're a big name, the party moves mountains to protect you. When you're small fry, well, you can expect to be thrown under the bus so fast you'll feel the tires in slow motion. Party officials have dismissed the matter as a non-issue, insisting there's nothing to see here. Civil society groups disagree. Opposition parties disagree. And judging by the comments section on every news article about this saga, ordinary South Africans definitely disagree. They're demanding a proper investigation, one that isn't conducted behind closed doors with the outcome already decided before the first meeting. Here's why this matters so much. If the ANC keeps sending the signal that loyalty matters more than ethics, they're not just risking Mashatile's image, they're risking the party's own legitimacy. You can't keep telling voters you stand for clean governance while shielding senior figures from hard questions. It's like trying to convince people you're a vegetarian while posting Instagram stories from a steakhouse. Now, Mashatile's defenders will argue that the accusations are politically motivated. And in South African politics, that's not an outlandish claim. We've seen smear campaigns before. But even if that's the case, the solution isn't to sweep everything under the carpet. If you want to clear someone's name, the best way is a transparent investigation that finds no wrongdoing. Instead, what we've got is the ANC basically saying, trust us, we've checked, everything's fine, without letting anyone see the paperwork. This entire saga feeds into a bigger national conversation about political ethics and accountability. South Africans are tired. They're tired of leaders who never seem to face consequences. They're tired of scandals that end with a press release instead of a resignation. And they're tired of a political culture where being high-ranking appears to mean you're above the rules. Make no mistake, this isn't just about Paul Mashatile. This is about the ANC's brand going into the next election. Every time they protect a leader from scrutiny, they hand their opponents a gift-wrapped talking point. And trust me, the DA, EFF, and even some smaller parties are already sharpening their knives for 2026. You can expect to hear selective accountability in more campaign speeches than economic freedom or service delivery. What's even more fascinating is the potential political fallout. Even if Mashatile weathers this storm, and knowing the ANC's internal politics, he probably will, the perception of him as a leader who dodged accountability will linger. That could affect how he's viewed inside the party and by the public. And if, by some twist of fate, fresh evidence comes out closer to the election, well, then the ANC will wish they'd handled this differently. South African voters have long memories when it comes to betrayal, and even longer memories when it comes to hypocrisy. It might not hurt the ANC in this week's opinion polls, but trust me, the seed has been planted. The question is whether it grows into a small weed or a political thorn bush. So, what's the lesson here? In politics, loyalty might keep you in the job, but integrity is what keeps you in the people's hearts. The ANC is gambling that their supporters will value stability over transparency, but that's a bet that's getting riskier with each passing scandal. And that, folks, is why the Paul Mashatile saga is more than just another political headline. It's a test case for how much South Africans will tolerate before they start voting for anyone, who promises to hold leaders to the same standard as the rest of us. If you enjoyed today's breakdown, remember to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the ANC is right to protect Mashatile until there's hard proof, or do you think this is another case of the powerful protecting their own? Let's get that debate going. Thanks for watching, stay informed, and as always, see you next time.